today I have my red shirt on, and not by luck, but it's because I'm talking about Canada. Sorry, California, sorry. And what is it regards to Canada that I'll be talking about? No, it's not our moose. It's not our habit of saying A to everything. And sorry, it's not hockey either. So today we're gonna go on a journey all the way back to Canada. On our trip to Canada today, we are gonna look at So I'm not in Canada right now, I'm in the US. I'm stuck here, there's a quarantine, you guys know the story. Part of missing your home country is the food that you're used to. It could be your mom's cooking, could be restaurants that you're used to going to, and it could be the snacks. And I miss the food that you can only get in Canada. We have things there that for some reason are not available here in the US. So I'm gonna dive into a couple of them and then give you a better idea of what we have in Canada and what's good. This way, if you ever go to Canada to visit, you know what to try to have the full experience. So item number one comes in the snack category, specifically the chip category. So here in the US, there are a bunch of types of chips. You can get tortilla chips, you can get potato chips, you can get vegetable chips, you can get Cheetos that are made of chickpeas. They call them hip peas. Pretty good. There's all sorts of chips. There's even a chip that comes out at Trader Joe's. It has 5 flavors of chips in one bag, and every bite you don't even know what you're gonna try. So USA is very creative when it comes to chips. There's tons of options, they're very accepting. There's one flavor from Canada that didn't seem to make it in the US though. For some reason, you ask an American what they think of a ketchup chip, and they give you a look like,
wait, what? A ketchup chip? That's a thing?
So the idea of a ketchup chip to an American doesn't sound that good, but up in Canada, we're used to it. Growing up, you'd have ketchup chips in your lunch possibly, if you were lucky. Halloween, you get ketchup chips. They taste kind of like a sweet barbecue without the smokiness. They're a chip that's very popular in Canada and is only available in Canada. For some reason, the chip companies think that ketchup is a thing in Canada and not popular everywhere else. It's kind of confusing because ketchup is one of the most popular condiments in the United States. On your burgers, on your fries, on your hot dogs, what do you put? Ketchup. But for some reason, it does not fly here to put ketchup with chips. They don't mix. It's too weird. It's not accepted. So I did some digging. I went online and went to the Lay's website and asked them, would they consider putting ketchup chips on their shelves here in the US? Why haven't they? It's been about a week since I inquired and I still have not received an email or even a thank you. I guess maybe they're either planning a rollout of ketchup chips,
Probably not.
or they're just too busy to reply. There's too many bored Canadians in quarantine asking about ketchup chips in the United States.
You got mail. You got mail. You got mail.
So at the time of recording the video, I said I didn't get a reply from Lay's at all, no email, no nothing. So yesterday I checked my mail and look at this, I got some mail. So they gave me a thank you card. Thanks for contacting us, PepsiCo. I get $1 off. Look at that, look at all those options. Free Frito-Lay product. So we don't get an explanation why ketchup chips are not in America. Instead, I just got a bunch of coupons and a thank you note. I appreciate it, Pepsi. I appreciate it, Lay's. Hope you took my comment and you're busy at work making ketchup chips happen in the US. Look at that. Sorry for interrupting. Back to the video, Adam. The next item that Canadians are used to that most people in the world are not used to is the Nanaimo Bar. So, the Nanaimo Bar, what is it? It is a dessert commonly found on the west coast of Canada in British Columbia. Basically what it is a 3-layer dessert. The bottom layer is coconut, chocolate, and some sort of nut mixed with graham cracker. The middle is more of a vanilla custard filling, and the top is just chocolate. You don't bake this, you just combine all the layers together, cool them, and cut them just like you have a brownie. In Canada, you get it at coffee shops and you get it at grocery stores. This dessert is so popular that McDonald's had a special edition McFlurry once where they had the Nanaimo Bar flavor. So the taste is really good. If you like coconut, if you like Almond Joy, the chocolate bar, then you'll like Nanaimo Bars. So the third item that I'm gonna talk about is called Smarties. When you first hear Smarties, you're like, wait,
There's Smarties in the US.
actually, Smarties in Canada and Smarties in the US are two completely different things. The Smarties you know in the US own the trademark to the name. So Smarties, the Canadian version, does not exist in the US. Smarties are like the distant cousin to M&Ms. They're candy coated chocolate. I actually think Smarties taste better than M&Ms. They're creamier, they have a less salty taste. I think the chocolate they use is slightly better. Also, Canadian food companies started reducing the amount of dyes they use in their products, and Smarties used to have the bright colors just like M&Ms. A few years ago, they started having softer colors. And I think, yes, it doesn't look as appealing, but it's better for you. Extra dyes in food are kind of pointless and they can cause diseases. So Smarties gets extra points for being more natural. The reason why I believe Smarties didn't launch in the United States under a different name is because there's a group of candy-coated chocolate mafia named the M&Ms. M&Ms come in every type of variety. You got the almond, you got the peanut, you got the pretzel, you got the crunchy, you got the white chocolate, you got the dark chocolate, you got the, I've seen popcorn M&Ms. They got collabs going on, just like Supreme. M&Ms are taking over. They own the market in the US. You can't just bring like another candy-coated option and expect it to sell in the US. So Smarties is only available in Canada. It's very good, tastes better. So give Smarties a try when you go to Canada. So the fourth Canadian food that I'm gonna be speaking about is actually a liquid. It's a liquid that actually has alcohol. It's like a religious drink at this point. Every Sunday, there's people going out for
Caesars.
the Caesar. If you don't know what a Caesar is and you think it's a salad, it is essentially a Bloody Mary, just a little thinner. It has way more garnishes. Usually the rim is salted with some sort of Caesar rim, usually consisting of celery salt. There's bacon on it sometimes, there's cheese, there's pickled vegetables. I've had Caesars with chicken wings, with mac and cheese balls, with full burgers on them. I personally believe Bloody Mary mix and the Bloody Mary base is a little thick and doesn't go down as well. The Caesar, on the other hand, has a base of clamato juice. And clamato, tomato, whatever way you say it, clamato is a little thinner and the base includes clam juice. That right there must be the red flag that caused the Caesar not to pick up in popularity in the US. So Caesars are a religion in Canada. If you're not feeling the greatest after having an amazing night, the Caesar is there for you. It's like a prescription at this point. You get one Caesar in your system, maybe two, and you are a new person and you can finish your Sunday. When I'm in the US and I have a great night out on a Saturday and the next day I do not get my medicine, a Caesar, it's tough. It's tough. That's all I want sometimes. You're laying there and that's all you want, just a Caesar, and you can't get it here. And next up we have the most famous item on my list. Poutine. I think this is one of the most famous items, besides maybe maple syrup. The basic poutine, the most classic poutine, has 3 ingredients: French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. So the fries, classic fries, a little thicker. It's the best way to have them. I think the cheese curds are the ingredient that scare the most people that have not tried a poutine. The sound of cheese curd sounds like the cheese you forgot about in the fridge for 8 months and you just found it in the back and now it has become a cheese curd. Anyways, the cheese curd is a special type of cheese. They're in little balls and they're sprinkled over the fries while they're still hot. And right after you put the cheese curd on, you pour on hot gravy. And the combination creates the most beautiful comfort food you've ever tried. Usually people have poutine after they've had a night out. They go out and continue their night with their friends and go to a restaurant that serves poutine. Sometimes you're at Costco. Costco in Canada probably has one of the best poutines, bang for your buck, in the country. Don't hesitate to go to Costco and try a poutine because they're actually pretty good. But about 10 years ago, poutine started becoming very mainstream in Canada. When something is mainstream, it means McDonald's, KFC, A&W, all those types of places start serving it. So you can get poutine now at pretty much any fast food. My recommendation is do not try the fast food poutine. It's not as authentic, it's not the real thing. It's good, but it's just not the same. It's not made with the same care. Go to like an actual place that sells poutine. There's places all over. If you're in Montreal, you're gonna have no problem finding it. In British Columbia, I recommend Fritz downtown Vancouver, very good. But yeah, the poutine is a must try in Canada. And there you have it, 5 things in Canada that I think you need to try when you go on your next visit. So today we have learned a lot about Canada and about the food there. What we need to think about though is why certain items aren't making it in the US. Why aren't they popular? And I think a lot of it is the perception of ketchup on chips, that doesn't make any sense. Cheese curds doesn't sound good, doesn't sell well. And clamato, clam juice, no one wants to drink clam juice if they don't know what it is. They're gonna stick to what's safe and what they're used to. So yeah, these foods are likely gonna stay in Canada and stay popular up there and not so popular in the United States and elsewhere in the world. But now you know 5 things you need to try when you hit up Canada. It's easy, you can get them all. Some of these things are kind of similar to what you're used to, but it's worth trying the Canadian version of something. I find it super interesting that we can draw an imaginary line across the Canadian-US border and things can be slightly different, slightly odd, slightly weird. But that's what makes things interesting. If everything was the same in the world, life would be boring. So yeah, before going to a place, always do some research on the food you need to try. And when you get there, you'll have a plan. You won't be looking on Google on where to go. You'll have an idea and you'll have more time for other stuff. So eat well, have fun, and make sure you adventure. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something new about Canada. I find that not too many people where I live right now know too much about Canada. So I'm excited to be where I am right now, but I'm also excited where I come from. So yeah, I'm looking forward to you checking out what my country has to offer and have fun with it. Hope you really enjoyed this. I just have a quick question for you. If you have been to Canada, which food have you eaten there that you crave the most since going? If you haven't been there, which one on my list do you think you want to try first? And lastly, if you really enjoyed this and you enjoy what I'm kind of putting out, it does me a huge favor if you subscribe to the channel and you like the video. It helps the YouTube algorithm. I will see you on the next one.